Hey guys, it's Will here, and I just want to talk a little bit about troops units in 40k 8th edition, and do you even need them anymore? Now the obvious thing that might first come to mind is, well, of course you need troops. You know, you need them for securing objectives, and you need them to fill out your force organisation chart compulsory slots. But actually, in 8th edition, neither of those apply strictly. First things first, the force organisation chart. Now you've got the standard ones that do require troops, but then you've got the Outrider force, the Vanguard force, and the Spearhead force, all of which do not require troops. They require HQ and then either 3 from heavy support, fast attack, or elites respectively. So you can build a perfectly legal army without any troops choices at all. I recently built an army and used on my channel with only one troops choice, a single unit of Dire Avengers, because my jet bikes all moved fast attack, so I just had them in an Outrider formation instead. So there's not strictly a need to have troops. And also, troops don't have any special advantage around objectives anymore like they used to. So, whereas previously, back in the days of 6th edition and 5th edition, you had to be a troops choice to hold an objective. And went to 7th edition, you didn't have to be a troops choice, but if you were on a standard force org chart, you got objectives secured, which was obviously a big thing, and I won so many games by sneaking a single OBSEC jet bike onto an objective, knowing it was going to die next turn. Now, it doesn't matter, you know, anyone can hold the objective. The only thing it comes down to now is numbers, and I think this is one of the reasons you still want to take troops, despite the fact that you can get away without it now. Numbers. The objective is now not held by whoever has OBSEC, and if neither of you have OBSEC or you both have OBSEC, then it's not scored by either of you. It's now who has the most models near the objective. So if you build a really elite army and think, you know what, I don't need to worry about troops, I'll just take Vanguard detachments and just have lots and lots of really powerful elite choices. Fair enough, you can do that. I'm sure you can be quite successful with that, but you're going to struggle when your 5-man elite units are trying to score objectives off 20-man troop squads. You know, you need the troops for the numbers to grab those objectives, or you're going to have a tough time. The other thing, when it comes down to numbers, is sheer mass of your army. Troops are pretty much always going to be your most cost-efficient units in your army. I mean, take a look at even Space Marines. They got a slight points reduction again. I remember back in the day when Space Marines were 15 points, then 7th Ed they went down to 14 points, they're now 13 points. And that includes the grenades that they used to have to pay extra for. So Space Marines over the years have been getting cheaper. Some of the special weapon options have gone up, but the Space Marines themselves are cheaper. Look at Eldar Guardians, 8 points a model. You can do a 10-man squad with a shuriken cannon as a weapon platform upgrade for under 100 points. Cabalites, 7 points a model. You know, you've got some really cheap stuff in troops, and that is going to allow you to bulk out your army and give it mass. And it doesn't matter that the individual trooper isn't necessarily all that survivable, because, you know, you've got to hit them that many times to kill them all. With a lot of weapons now doing multiple, or needing to do multiple wounds because of the prevalence of vehicles and monsters with really high wound values, people are going to be taking a lot of weapons that do multiple wounds to a single model. Well, that doesn't really matter to a single 1-wound model, because, you know, you take 6 hits off, or 6 wounds off a las cannon, that's still only going to kill 1 orc boy. You take, you know, 5 wounds off a melter gun, that's still only 1 dead Cabalite warrior. These guys will give you the bulk that your army's going to need to survive and still have something on the table to grab objectives. Now, with all this, bear in mind, we are only like a month since it launched, so the meta hasn't by any means stabilised at all. We're still waiting on the first codex, although that should be here by the end of the month. And so, yeah, this may change, but right now I feel that the role of troops in a way, has stayed the same, although you don't need them now. There's no rule that's going to compel you to take them. You're going to need some bodies on the table. You know, really elite armies can work, but if they start taking casualties, they're going to find it really hard to grab objectives. Whereas you've got, you know, several 20-man units in your army, it's going to take a long time for your opponent to whittle those down and get you off those objectives. And now with the ability to step back out of combat, you know, you can't even rely on tying up your enemy's blob squads and stopping them moving, because they can and will just step out of combat. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.